You're listening to the You Don't Know Me Yet podcast network.
Hey, you are tuned in to Two Gems and a Mic with hosts Tanisha the Diva Mahomes and Linda L.D. Dorsey. Just know, if we talking about it, you need to hear about it. Unwind and enjoy. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Two Gems and a Mic. I'm your girl LD. We got our girl the Diva back. What's going on, Diva?
Yeah, Diva is hanging in there after I done too much on the cruise. That's all I got to say. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. I just done too much on the cruise. So, you see my hair grew out. I don't know if I drank so much the hair came out. Like a chia pet or something. I don't know, but I had a good time. I had a real good time.
That's good. That's good. Got our boy Darren, the Mike Smith. What's up, Darren?
What up, ladies? Look, I would advise Tanisha, whatever she did on the cruise, keep it on the cruise. Everything ain't meant to be shared.
Hey, I wasn't about to share that with these gems out here. No, sir. They
So
weren't getting them details.
Just stopping you ahead of time.
Nah. You ain't to worry about it. You ain't to worry about that.
Good call, Darren. Good call. We got a lot to talk about. We don't want to be hours on here, so we're going to get in and jump right in. Let's talk about the WNBA. Back and forth. We watched some games. I did a short. My highlight game was Stewie and the team and the Liberty beating the Lynx. Then they turn around and look terrible last night. So I don't know. What's your highlight game? Tanisha, I don't know. We know you ain't seen nothing on the boat.
Listen, I ain't seen a thing. I was trying. Now, listen, as much as I paid for internet, you would have thought I'd have been able to see something. But that is not how that worked out.
We can't see it, and we pay for it here. So I'm
so right. I'm gonna have to set this one out.
Yeah, if you had Prime or whatever, maybe you saw it. Darren, what was your game? What was your highlight game over the weekend?
Can't say it was any for real because I'm gonna be honest, man. You know, and I was having this conversation with people online. These women are so inconsistent, man, that it's hard to watch these games. Now, granted, you know, I watch these games, one, because I just love sports, but two, I watch it because, you know, we do like to, you know, place bets and stuff on them. But, you know, it really bothers me. And it's funny, a lot of people talked about how they did all this yapping to make, you know, for this new CBA where they make more money. Now it's like they don't even play hard. You know, I mean, look, we all have different opinions about it, but what bothers me is that you get players who average 15, 17 points, score 2 points. I remember watching. I think I don't know if I had talked to Linda or not, but watching the Valkyrie play, and I think they played. What team did they play? Was it Minnesota or Atlanta? I think they played Atlanta over the weekend, and it was just like, what's her name, Hayes or whatever, or Gabby Williams, like can't even get 14 or 15. She might have that game, but I think the next game, again, I just got to look at the schedule, but she only had 2 points in the game. I'm like, are you not shooting the ball? Like, what are we doing? You know, and it's like when the bench players are outscoring the starters because the starters are just jacking up shots and it ain't really playing hard. It's like, what are we doing? What are we doing out here?
I'm gonna jump all over Darren. Don't tell me they ain't playing hard because they playing hard and they winning. Valkyrie's in third place.
No. That's just an example, Linda. I'm not talking about one particular. I'm saying that's what I'm seeing across the board.
Complain about people not making our parlays. That don't mean they ain't playing hard. So
it ain't got to be about that.
What these people are playing. I'm not gonna. There's no woman out there I'm gonna say ain't playing hard. So I'm not gonna give them that because it's just like they just because they ain't scoring don't mean they ain't playing hard. You play hard and miss 20 shots.
Well, yeah, you know that.
So I'm not
okay. You missing 23-point shots. You know, saying it seems to be the coach should be telling you go drive the ball to the basket and try to score inside before you start jacking up all these shots outside. Because
I agree with that. I can agree with that. That don't mean they ain't playing hard. So you're not gonna label it. They done got all this money now. They ain't playing hard. I'm not going.
Nah, we can't do that.
Okay.
me put
Okay,
you in
now,
timeout.
now, first of all, I'm gonna need y'all listening skills to improve because I didn't say that. I'm saying what I'm reading online. Look, if they don't if they don't make our product slips, that's gambling. I don't mind that, but I do mind the effort. Okay, I mean, you have teams that have blowouts, and you're just like, why did y'all even show up? Show up to the game if you're not going to put much effort. And then look, you got coaches who pull players at the last second. Now I think we all saw online. I think a day or two ago. I think yesterday about the girl Skylar Diggins in Chicago. She was starting. They said she's going to be relegated to the bench, and then she talks to the GM, and then right before the game, they say that she's out with a knee injury.
And they won without her.
Yeah. No, that's fine. But what I'm saying is, but has she been the starting lineup, I'm sure she wouldn't have missed the game. So it's a lot of whole bunch.
And we could talk about that. Let's talk about Skylar Diggins. Since you brought that up, let's talk about Skylar Diggins. To say, okay, she had 277 games where she started, and now she's not starting. So, what is it better for the team? Maybe it's better for her to come off the bench. Maybe she could be that spark. Maybe that's what the coach saw because he had some statements on it. Same thing happened with Jewel Lloyd. Jewel Lloyd got pulled last year as a starter, came off the bench, did great, and they won a championship. So, is it all about you? Or is it all about team? I'm gonna add one thing in. I think Chicago probably got to be one of the most dysfunctional organizations in the W. But damn, Skylar, you've been around long enough. If you're a team player, don't make it about Skylar Diggins. Make it about the team. If I have to come off the bench to support my team, that's what I'm. This is Linda's opinion. That's what I'm gonna do. And they proved something yesterday. Say you can come off the bench or you can go to the house because we won without you.
I was going to ask you, what did you think about the video she posted?
Let me just play. Let me play devil's advocate. Maybe she was
And they
playing
did play the
hurt.
Mercury.
Maybe she's been playing hurt, and now she's on the bench, and she's in her feelings because she's been hurt playing, and now you bench her. Whereas she could have went over there and sat down and
That's
probably
not
got
what
hit.
she said. That's not what she said. She's getting benched after all this time playing and being a starter, and now all of a sudden she getting benched. I've been quiet. It was her own video. So it's nobody paraphrasing. It was her own video. I've been quiet about it. I've been playing along with it, whatever, Skylar Diggins, excuse me, has been known to crash out. She's been to multiple teams crashing out. We saw her crash out a few years ago on Diana Taurasi, right? So I'm not taking it all and blaming it on. I know everything that goes wrong in Chicago is Tyler Marsh's fault. That's who they're gonna blame because you got to blame somebody. So it's his fault. But if you're a team player, you should be able to come off the bench. It's not who starts the game, it's who finishes the game and who plays well and performs well. That's old school. So getting a little tired of hearing about people whining about themselves. Let's talk about the team. Now she was making some statements early on about the team and stuff that they need to do better with the team, but you also got to understand they lost what I would consider one of their top players in Rakia Jackson. So that whole season would look different. And they've been in a lot of games. They've been right there. They took they took Vegas to overtime over the weekend. So it's not a bad team.
They took him with Skylar Diggins in the starting lineup.
I guess my whole thing is what benefit does she have?
She was in the starting lineup, but Darren, you gonna tell me she can get 15 points in the starting lineup or 15 points coming off the bench?
Well, she can't really get 15 points anymore, but yeah.
But I'm saying you can get 15.
I don't agree with that. I think she can get
off starting. That's not to me. That's not a sound argument, especially coming from a coaching perspective. And coaching, I've had girls come off the bench. They could believe it. They like that better. Some of them
I don't have a problem with the coaching decision. That's his job. He's supposed to put the best players in there. Now, whether it justifies it, we'll eventually see. Now, granted, she was out, so it didn't matter if she come off the bench yesterday night because she didn't play. So they were going to have to win or lose that game without her. But but to say that. But to say that it's all about her, I don't know if that's fair because Chicago's been dysfunctional for the last 2 or 3 seasons, and so because right now they haven't even been paying their bills for their practices and stuff, let alone the arena that they play in. So that's an organization issue that's above her pay grade. But since we're talking
I
about
ain't
this
even
fun.
talking about that. We talking about what's happening on the court. I don't
I
care.
know. Well, I
But
was
he's
just
just saying,
I was
I
just gonna
understand.
say,
He's just saying it's overall. It's a
Yeah,
whole
we,
lot
when
different.
we said that,
no,
this ain't been the last 2-3 years. They have been dysfunctional. If you go back, because I'm old school. How did you let Della Dawn get out of there?
Right.
Okay, Della Dawn left
Right.
Chicago and went to Washington. There were other. That's just one. There were other players that left there and went other places that should have never left Chicago. So that's been they've been a tough organization, and they probably need a whole organizational restructure. But that's a different thing. Now you say
well,
the
so
best
hold on,
players out there,
Linda.
some don't.
Linda, I was gonna say, I mean, since you're talking about people crashing out or teams or players crashing out, talk to us about this Chennedy Carter situation. I mean, why all of a sudden
Talk about
she
that.
averages 20 points every 1.2 seconds, it seems like, and next thing you know, they decide to just cut her
I
out
have
the
no
blue.
idea why they cut her. And everything that's online and I read online is all speculation of why they cut her. I have no idea. The only thing I can say is, like I said in my video yesterday, is I pray the best for her. Whatever's going on, I hope everything works out and she lands somewhere to play. If it's overseas, it's overseas. Whatever it may be and whatever she needs, let it be for her. And it may not
Yeah.
even involve basketball. Let it be for her. That's all I can hope for.
Do you
I'm
think this is
just
the last
saying.
we've seen of her in the WNBA?
I
You
hope
know,
not,
you
because
said
I know she can. I hope not, because I know she can help a WNBA team.
I didn't
It's
hear. I didn't
somebody.
hear the question. You
No,
said
He
I
said,
was
"Is this the
asking,
last?"
I
I
was asking, I was asking, do you think that this is the last we will see of her in the WNBA?
I don't
Hope
know
not.
because they said that when she left Chicago, that was going to be the last of what we saw. And then apparently, Teaspoon made a call to Becky, say, "Hey, give her a chance."
And I guess my follow would be is like, okay, if they gave her a chance and they're cutting her even after said production or whatever, what does that say? What does it say about them in relation to how they view her? And if the defending champions feel like you're not worth the trouble.
Could it be that?
Did
No,
anybody say
I'm
Let me
asking.
ask. Let
I'm
me
asking
ask
a
you a
question.
question. Let me ask you a question. Could
Anthony?
it? Could it be that the fans were saying, "Hey, why is she not starting? Why is she not playing more? She damn sure producing. So why is she not out there?" Could it be just the fact that that was causing some conflict there? I mean, I don't know,
I
because
don't
you
think the
can't say
fans
it
have anything to
because
do
of
with
her
it.
play. What do you
I think
mean?
the fans were happy. The fans were calling her the sixth player of the year. She's
That's
going to
what
be
I'm talking
player of
about.
the
I'm
year. I
asking.
don't
That's
think
what I'm
they
saying.
were. I don't think they were unhappy with
You're talking about
playing.
players not being inconsistent. The person in front of her.
I don't think they were. I don't think they were unhappy with her or saying she needed to start over.
Being
I didn't.
consistent
I
with
didn't
her.
hear any of that. I'll go back to, y'all can have all the speculation y'all want. I go back to, I'm not in that front office. I'm not in that locker room. I don't know what happened. And so for everybody jumping on a bandwagon to say it was this, and Asia wanted her out, and she was wilding out and crashing and all that other stuff. Like you said, speaking of crash out, I don't know if she crashed out or not. There was
Where,
somebody that
where
said
did
he
you
was
heard
sitting
it?
on the bench and heard her say a bunch of stuff. I don't know. I'm not gonna label the kid. I don't know her personally. I don't know her professionally or anything. We just know that she has a history, and even in Chicago, did anybody state, was it ever really stated why she left Chicago or why they let her go? Because everybody left. Teaspoon left, she left. I think Angel stayed one more year, she left. So that's an organization. Do you put that on her to say, hey, she was bad, or do you say the organization overall? Because Angel also left. So I don't know. I don't want to
Well,
tag, but
Angel got traded, so I mean, it's not like she left. She got traded. So
Angel wanted to be traded. She wanted out of.
I mean that's fine. But I'm saying, one, like she was a free agent, she just went on her volition. As it relates to Kenny, she was released. And what I'm saying is that at every place, there's a reason why they keep cutting her. It could be something dealing with Chennedy Carter versus these other teams or whatever that's just cutting her for the sake of cutting her. I mean, it could be her.
It could be.
Could be.
We don't
It
know.
could be, but
That's the whole point.
the
Could be.
talent is there, and
Nobody's denying the
usually,
talent.
and I'm saying the talent is there, and usually you can use some talent. So unless it's outrageous or whatever, and I don't know, she wasn't even playing. She was hurt or illness or whatever you want to
Well,
say.
that's what they're telling us. She might not have
That's what
really
I'm
been sick.
saying.
They
But
classified it as an illness. They didn't classify it as an injury. That's what you kept saying. She was still out
well,
because of illness.
illness,
She was on
yes.
right. She was on the bench, but we don't know what that is. I don't know what
I
that
know.
is.
I know she 20. I know what she 27. I know it's. I think the challenge is going to be finding another situation that's right for both sides to commit to some sort of long-term success with Kennedy. And I'm hoping that this is not the last time because I love watching her play. I really do. I love her game, and I hope
She's
that
high
this
energy.
is. That's what I'm saying. I hope this isn't it because the way she plays is like you getting 100%. You won't have to worry about her lacking off and not giving the effort. That's not Kennedy. And you talking about people who won't even go out there and give an effort. We know that's one that will. So I'm definitely hoping that she will get another opportunity and maybe just find somebody that can deal with whatever it is that personality. If it's personality, if it's just that, like I said, I feel like in that situation, hell, I can't figure out a reason why they would have let her go if it wasn't, dealing with something, I guess, personality wise, because she was damn sure performing.
Yeah, she was. I mean, I forgot how many. I think it was 7 games.
Yeah.
Not that many, but the games that she sat out, and then the games that she was coming in, her minutes were very sporadic. So she never really got into a groove of a game to
Mm.
get back to those games where she was having 21 points here, 20 points there. So it's unfortunate. It's an
And
unfortunate situation. I think it's unfortunate for Vegas because they could have used her for sure. You give Grace some rest. And it's unfortunate
a lot of rest.
in the league. And she went overseas like she did. She sat out for a year, and everybody thought nobody would touch her. She sat out for a year. She played very well over. I think it was in China, and
Hell
came
yeah.
back and showed that she still had it. But hey,
I mean, I understand why she want to be back here because I think you always want to compete against what you consider the best or whatever. But if I'm Kennedy and they don't want me here in the WNBA, hey, welcome China, here I come.
Well, I'll say this. I mean,
I definitely think
after
she got places she can go and play. It's just I would love to see her in the WNBA.
well, I'll say after Brittany Griner's ordeal in Russia, you probably just want to just stay on American soil. You
there's
know,
a lot of countries over there playing them girls. That's where they're making their living. It's a lot of
That's how they make. Yeah, they making their money. I bet she probably made more over there than she did here.
They still gonna
It,
make money over there because everybody ain't making the $1 million salaries, and those who are making some, you can make a lot of money over there. You ain't paying taxes on it. You ain't doing a whole lot of things. I would take. I mean, you got Project B. Where they gonna play? There's people they signing people left and right. AZ Fudd just signed with them, so they signed. They all gonna be playing overseas, right? Everybody ain't gonna be playing on rival. They following the money. They following the money.
don't blame them.
Generational wealth. We have to just wait and see what happens if they come out, and they may not make a further statement.
And
They
let me just say this: it's okay to follow the money.
yeah,
When Liv showed up, them golfers followed the money.
yeah.
It's okay to follow the money. Why don't make it seem like it's wrong? I'm not saying y'all are.
More
I'm
money
just
ain't
saying.
good money. That's all I gotta
Yeah.
say. More money ain't good money. So I'm not
It,
gonna say that
granted,
it's good or it's bad. It's whatever your situation is and whatever you can stand and whatever your conscience can stand of what you're doing to get that money. That's all I say with it. So I'm yeah, I'm just saying there are opportunities outside of Russia overseas to play. There are a lot, and they're building
yeah,
more.
tons.
Just we have to wait and see what's going to happen with that. But I just I wish her the best. And if she don't never pick up another basketball, I wish her the best.
Absolutely,
For any, I
absolutely.
wish them the best. And maybe that's not her path. Whatever her path is, hopefully she finds it and she finds happiness with that. So I don't know. Y'all got more on that?
No, I think that's it.
Let's
I
try
will say this though, on a quick different matter, we got to figure out what's going on in Los Angeles. Why they keep drafting players just to trade or waive them? That's that's something weird they got going on. I don't know if it's the water out there or what.
You talking about Latson?
Like it just, I mean, but they've been doing it recently a lot where they'll sign, they'll draft a player and then just waive them or cut them, and yeah, and I mean, same thing I think happened with Dallas with Haley Van Lith or whatever. She been moved around so much the last year, so I'm like, man, what are we doing?
Do you think Haley Van Lith was a name or
I'm
player?
just,
I'm just
it
asking.
don't matter. It's an example. I'm just saying. I mean, these teams are doing it way too
The
often.
girl can
I
play
know what you're trying
basketball.
to make, but I was asking a question beyond that. Do you think she was a name or she was a player?
No, she was a player. She was a
player.
player in college that
Okay.
on the right team, given the right opportunity, she could probably ball.
Okay.
Yeah, I think she's a player as well.
Okay.
Definitely not just a
She never
name.
impressed me.
I would never,
That's why I'm asking.
I would never do her like that. She may not be the best of the best, but she's not somebody that's not a player.
No, I'm not saying the best of the best, but I'm just saying she never impressed. She was always on the right team. She never impressed me in college. To say if I put Haley Van Lith out there as a point guard, she ain't in my top 10 point guards. She might not even be in my top 20. So I'm just saying that's Linda's opinion. Let's do the rundown of the top 8. Vegas done snuck back in front because Minnesota lost.
Well, and good coaching because they, outside of the commissioners game, without playing with Asia, they found a way to keep winning. So,
Well, they ain't win the other night.
They got killed by Dallas. Well, not killed.
They got killed by the fever. They ain't win the other night.
Oh yeah. Well,
Right.
somebody's still number one.
I was about to say,
I forgot that Commissioner's Cup didn't affect the standings.
No, I mean they had the Commissioner's Cup. Then they played Chicago in overtime. Then they turn around. They had three games, like a tight schedule. We always talk about schedule. And then they turned around and they played the Fever. But the Fever were without Clark, and they
got her back tonight. They got her back, but Boston is out in tonight's game.
Yeah. So Vegas and Minnesota, they've been hovering, but the ones that's sneaking up on them is the Valkyries. Valkyries in third place.
Yeah, Minnesota, of course. It looked like it might have been, I don't know if it was Sunday or Saturday. Olivia, I guess she hurt her ankle or took a late fall or something in that game. So they sat her out against Connecticut, and they ended up losing by 1. It's funny because they probably were they were close to getting blown out, but they came back and lost by 1. And then I don't think she's playing in tonight's game as well. So
they played last night. They got a game tonight, or did they play last night? Or am I tripping?
So I think tonight.
Again.
Yeah, tonight is the Lynx in Connecticut, the Fever and the Sparks, and Golden State and Toronto.
One thing I want to ask you all about the Aces. They made it seem like it wasn't going to be a long-term injury with Asia and an ankle. Should there be cause for concern that she's missed 3 games now?
Not based on what Becky said. Becky said she could have played the other night. She just didn't play her. Why? She said, "Why risk it?" I guess the game didn't mean it.
Well, I mean that's fair, but I'm saying I get you missing the Commissioner's Cup. Because of the fall, you want to rest, be on the err on caution,
right?
But then you missed 2 additional games. So I mean, now granted, I know the playoffs haven't started. We haven't got to All-Star game, but you still, winning the loss is still kind of mount up, and so I don't know. I mean, to say that she could have played. Which game? Are you talking about the Fever game or the game before that?
Yeah, the Fever game. Becky said she could have played, but she chose not to. Not she chose not to. They chose to sit her.
They chose to sit her.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we'll see something different on the next game. But I was just wondering if there should be any cause for concern because you missed 3 games in a row now. Which again, it's cool because as long as she don't play, she can't affect our parlay. I mean our slip. So
Lord have mercy.
Hey, scored 15 points.
You say you don't affect that slip.
All right, so then number 2, Minnesota. I'm not too concerned about them. They still haven't gotten feedback. I know they had said June.
No, I think it's like July 23rd. I think there's or 13th.
When the season started, they said she would be back in June. That was what they said when the season started. We know that ain't gonna happen because it's July. She ain't coming back until after the All-Star break.
Yeah, but remember the conversation that we had last week. One of the reasons why she said she wasn't in a rush to get back was how well they had been playing, with Miles. So she hadn't been feel like she's been forced to come back. And like you said, I mean them being tied for the top of the league. Again, you don't have to rush it. So I'm with you. I think she comes back, even though it said she could come back like July 13th. I'm with you. I think she comes back after the All-Star break. That way, because she's already practicing, so it allows her to get keep building her wind up.
Yeah. Golden State, Valkyries. It's a tough team.
Golden State in Toronto.
Hmm.
You said Golden State in Toronto.
No, Golden State Valkyries. I'm going down the top 8. The Golden State Valkyries
Oh,
team.
I just saying tonight's game. I'm
Team,
sorry.
they're gritty. They're gritty. It's their defense. They got one of the
They
top
got Atlanta's number.
in the league.
Got
They
the
got a
number.
couple of people's number. They give them a hard time. Yes, but Atlanta's number, the frustration there because their defense, they play swarming defense, and that's why, like when you were talking about points earlier, you get them points from anywhere. They don't care. It's the defense. If we stop them, I don't care who score. So they don't have that person where you say, I gotta shut down this person and I'm good, because Burton went left the other night, and I think Burton a couple of nights before had 4 points. So
Sure, yeah.
say
Shouldn't hurt, but shouldn't hurt Kayla Thornton.
they're not getting getting effort. She had 4 points, but she had 4 steals. So yeah, you're getting effort somewhere else. If I ain't scoring, I'm gonna do something else. That's a baller's mind. If I ain't scoring, I'm gonna do something else. And I think that, and that's a team where everybody's like that. If now if they can get what's the name to stop flopping, I was disgusted watching that. That's the second time she did. She did it against Reese, and she did it against Boston. And I think she might have got away with it with Boston. Nobody nowhere near her. They just turn, and then all of a sudden she just flying. That's Amir. I mess up her name. She's from South Carolina. She got stopped at. It's like she been practicing, because I'm at a point now. It's so much going on, and then it's like, everything goes to, I'm so tired of seeing this. Everything is a replay. Everything is a replay.
Oh, I know you said that.
I'll hit the last one. So we got Dallas Wings, Indiana Fever in 5, New York Liberty moved all the way down to 6, Atlanta Dream 7, and the Mystics are hanging in there at 8. Toronto's still missing people, Kiki, and they're missing Brittany. That's a big one that they're missing. But those other teams, anybody can creep into that eighth spot. Couldn't get that out. Phoenix is creeping up. So we got to keep an eye on them. Let's go to tonight's matchups, right? Let's pick who you got tonight. You got the Valkyries and the Tempo. This is an easy one for me. They're already this is easy for me.
I mean, well, right now the fact that it's what 3:53 left in the first half is 30-23. Yeah, I would have the Valkyrie winning this game, but that shouldn't be a surprise.
Nope, not at all.
Yeah, Valkyries is a second half team. Like I said, Mabry can't come with 53 every night. So yeah, that she was on fire. That was fun to watch. That was fun to watch.
That's one of good.
Yeah, if you ain't have no skin in the game,
that's what I'm trying to say. We'll talk about this offline, but being her not being moved or whatever back, I mean, traded or whatever. Okay, go ahead.
Well, trade deadline ain't here yet, so I think it's gonna be a lot.
I'm talking about before the season, previous seasons where she ended up getting traded.
What, out of Chicago? She wanted out of Chicago.
Did she want out, or did they?
Out of Chicago.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hell, everybody wanted out, I guess.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have let her go.
She wanted to go where she didn't think she was going to end up where she ended up, but she wanted out of Chicago.
Yeah, I wouldn't let her go.
Yeah. So they, it's
we'd had tea on Sunday. We'd have figured it out.
Minnesota and Connecticut.
Minnesota.
Okay. Easy.
Nah, it'll probably be a close one.
Easy. I just think I'm going with Minnesota.
That's what they played Monday night.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I think it'll be a close one.
Okay. And they still at Mohegan Sun. Okay. That'll be interesting. Brittany Griner been playing a little ball.
She's out tonight though.
She's been playing a little ball.
Is she out?
Yeah, but she's out tonight.
She was hurt. I didn't know she was hurt. Okay. And then at the late game, the 10 o'clock game is Indiana at LA, because they got that West Coast run. And Clark's supposed to be back.
Fever.
I'm gonna go with the Fever on that one.
Los Angeles is still missing some players. They aren't healthy.
Yeah, Plum and Brink.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And you said Boston is out.
Aaliyah Boston, yeah, she's out.
Okay. All right. Given who if the top 8, would you think that I don't know if the Mystics can stay in the top 8. They're just.
It's literally just. You go on a run. You got one game between 8 and 9, and and 10 and, 2 games
Ivan is
between.
right there, and you ain't got
Yeah.
Washington back. Right. And Phoenix is building. Phoenix is building. I mean, Chicago is right below Phoenix. Chicago is right below LA 3 games, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, fire the coach, fire the coach." I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, the only problem with those teams is that right now they have a lot more losses than the wins, which kind of weighs because you gotta increase the wins and decrease those losses right now because Washington is 10-10, they're at 500. You're talking about Phoenix, who's 6 games under 500.
Right.
So that's a heavy low where you got to go on a nice little streak to try to get above that just to inch up. So.
Okay. I want to bring something up before we move to soccer, and you can tell me if we want to do a whole nother show on it. So, Cheryl Reeves, I think I brought it up. Cheryl Reeves made some comments a few weeks ago that the league is 70%, approximately 70% black females, and you have no female black head coaches. What's your thoughts on that? Because there's qualified ones sitting on benches. 2 of them actually called games in the last 2 weeks and won. One from Connecticut. Oh, didn't know my balloons was gonna go off. One from Connecticut, Lakia Jackson, and then you have Christy Tolliver, who has also coached in the NBA for years, and she's the assistant coach of Phoenix. What are your thoughts on that, if any?
Well, I thought we had a conversation already. I mean, I agree with it, but just like it is in all these other sports, it's up to these owners, man. You got to change the hearts and minds of them.
What's the fix?
I mean, I don't know what the fix is, but it's tons of qualified people. I still think Vicky Johnson's qualified. I still think. I mean, what Spoon got like 1 year. I mean, and then she was gone. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the fix is.
Player development in New Orleans. I'm just saying. I'm just curious if y'all think if there's a fix. And nobody wants to say I'm
I get the opportunity. I mean, again, it goes to the owners giving these these potential coaches the opportunity, but they're not in the owners for whatever. Put like this: qualified head coaches. If you're not making, especially let's say on the college level, to obviously we know Don Staley could coach in the WNBA if she wanted to, and they're probably and I think there needs to be more black college women coaches, so then that way you kind of get the opportunity to kind of bump up like that. But if you're but what we see on television, you would think that none of these black players know or none of these black coaches know how to coach, because we don't see them on the forefront, and not too many owners provide the opportunity for them to. And then if you do, you only give them 1 year like you did in Chicago, and or you got to be in a progressive type city like Atlanta, saying that gave a head coach an opportunity, like a black woman head coach. So it's I mean, you look, as we see in the NFL, you can't force these owners to do it. I would say.
Do you put it all on the ownership, or do you put it on GMs also?
Well, the GM can't. I mean, the GM can hire you if the owner tells you no.
Well, but still, they got some.
Some GMs got some pull. If they got some pull,
No, I'm saying again, if the GM wants to hire that particular person, they should. First of all, they should have to sell it to the owner.
Yeah, that's what.
What I'm saying. They shouldn't have to sell it.
And I say that I'm looking at one particular coach. He coached in Connecticut, left Connecticut, coached in LA, didn't work out in LA. He became the GM in LA, screwed that up, became the GM in Dallas, hired a coach who lasted for a year. That young white guy was no good. He lasted for a year. Now he got this guy that he went and found from college, right? So chance after chance after chance after chance, right? So does the commissioner have any strength?
No, that person was the right hue to begin with. And
again,
I said that particular person was the right hue to begin with.
I'm saying, does the commissioner in that sense, does the commissioner have any strength?
No, because commissioner is hired by the owners.
I'm just saying, I'm asking.
No. I'm saying the commissioners, it works for the owners. So no.
Okay.
I mean, you can strongly encourage and and hope that someone on the outside puts some political pressure or whatever. But here's the other thing too. Sometimes the players have to take a stand as well.
I agree 100%.
And a lot of times we don't see that.
I agree 100%. And I think
Because and let me say this because we've seen players get coaches fired, but we damn sure don't see them force them to like, we want this particular coach to be our coach.
right. I agree. I just read somewhere somebody posted something and it kind of stuck with me because Chicago is like the easiest one to hit on the dartboard, right? And they were like, Tyler Marsh has to go. Tyler Marsh has to go. We're hiring all of these men, these male coaches, and no black female coaches, and blah blah blah. Why single out Tyler Marsh? He's the only black one you got up there, and you're gonna single him out of these other guys who haven't proven themselves, who haven't done anything. Tyler Marsh has the background. At least he coached with the Aces and won 2 championships with them. He won a championship with the Toronto Raptors. He was with the Indiana Pacers. So he has a pedigree of coaching and he knows what he's doing. These other guys, you couldn't tell me where they were from. So enough of that. I beat that. Tanisha, you want to talk about some FIFA?
Well, I thought we were going to talk about the All-Star stuff, but okay.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead. Jump into it.
No, I was the league. What'd you say?
I was joking. I said FIFA ain't that important. I was joking.
Oh, no, I didn't. No, I wanted to get your all thoughts on the reserves that were announced the last day or so for the All-Star game, and who you think may have gotten snubbed or anything like that.
I wanted to see. I just wanted to make sure that Ryan Howard, Alicia, and Alicia Gray were in there, and they were.
Yeah, all the
Atlanta
players that we thought Gray, Ryan Howard, and Reese all made the squad. So
yeah, Plum.
Yeah, I'm still shocked with Plum. It's funny because
who you feel got snubbed?
I don't really think anybody got snubbed per se, just because probably some question marks, but based off how they played some of these games recently. But no, I don't think anybody really got snubbed that I can. You and I kind of went through it last week when we were going through some of the top players or whatever. It's kind of hard, but you can kind of when you start picking reserves, you kind of just like putting your favorites in. It would seem because again, you're looking at Kiki Irfan and Sinitra, Sonia Citron. I mean, not Citron. She's had a good season so far. Kiki has as well, but missed some games or whatever. Courtney Williams has played, so I mean, I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with the reserves at all.
No. I mean, everybody's going back and forth with the starters or whatever. I don't have. It is what it is, right? You're gonna vote them in. There's 50% voting. There's 25%.
Is Alyssa Thomas?
No, I think she's not playing. People
no, she was.
But I don't. I mean,
they felt the team's record probably hurt her.
On the reserve side. Yeah, and that of course the issue didn't help either. So
the clock kind of forgot about that.
Yeah, I didn't really see, and I'll probably regret this after I watch the game because I'll look and say, well, damn, where's so and so? Or maybe next week I'll say where's so and so because I haven't studied it because it was so much nonsense going on, so much noise. So I hadn't really studied that to be 100% honest. So.
But maybe this is Mabry's first All-Star, right? Since she's been playing, right? That's kind of a big
Marita Mabry, yeah.
I think this is her first All. That's shit.
Yeah, she's only got 5 points, 0 for 4 from the field. People look at that like, oh, you're an All-Star. This is what you putting up,
right? You put up 53 one game, and then you put up what?
4 right now 5. You got 5 points, and you 0 for 4.
That means she ain't putting up no effort.
Yeah. Well, hey, you said it, not me. You said it, not me.
Right.
5 points, you 0 for 4.
That don't mean she ain't putting up no effort.
I mean, look. I mean, who was it last night that started at 0 for 7? What a Nescu was 0 for 7. Like, hey, hold on. Put like this.
They just couldn't win.
It don't take effort to throw up shots either, though. So.
Yeah, but I think Nika is on her. I hope I ain't messing the name up. Is like her 11th or 12th?
Abumake, yeah, she's. Yep.
It's like 11th. Ain't she tied with Diana Taurasi?
I'm not sure.
Maybe. I think so. So.
Yeah, second most in league history.
Yeah.
And
Gotta give some props to that.
events that are hosted at the Obama Presidential Center, which should be nice. Should be
Yeah.
nice. So that'll be pretty cool, given that you can't get in that place until November if you're trying to get tickets. So good for them that they'll have the opportunity to do that. So that's exciting.
That's dope.
Tanisha, let's talk about FIFA. Your thoughts?
I mean, not a whole lot to talk about. The United States is out of it. Argentina is probably gonna win it. And then
France.
there's
France.
what-
All right, let's talk about it. Who you got? We gonna skip everything.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what I was really impressed with is that Argentina looked like they were finishing to get upset, and Messi just came out of nowhere and started scoring. Now, I know you said earlier that you thought that there was some cheating going on with that. Is that what you said earlier?
They said a bad call. They said it was a bad call with that with Egypt, against Egypt.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they survived, but it was crazy because I thought Egypt was really fishing to pull an upset off, but Messi came through, and I mean, he was crying, literally crying when the game was over with, because I guess he thought he was on his way home for real. I mean, England obviously they advanced, but they got some injuries because I think they're what's his name, Jordan Henderson or something. He's hurt, but what we got left is France, Morocco, Spain, Belgium, England, Norway, and Argentina and Switzerland. So that's what we got to watch battle it out. And let me tell you, I was on the cruise, and that's the only thing that we could see.
Who you got?
So
you got Argentina. That's your front.
Or Spain.
Okay.
Or Spain.
Darren, who you got? Who your front runners?
Oh, it's France.
I'm with you with France.
Yeah, Mbappe.
And
now I will say,
Spain ain't my favorite. I'm just hoping for an upset.
I will say this though.
That's me hoping for the underdog a little bit. That's all. I definitely think France.
I've been going with the underdogs.
France is,
Cape Verde. Am I saying it right? Cape Verde. That was like a favorite for everybody. I love the way they played. That was a great match. I found myself pulling for a lot of the underdogs.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I really think it's gonna be France and Argentina, but I just want Spain to have. The U.S. done lost. I'd like to see something else pop up in there. So I'm going for an underdog in there, but definitely think it's gonna be between Argentina and France or whatever.
Okay. Darren, your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm going with France. I have been enjoying the not the commentating per se of the games. I mean, the games have been great, but the TV portion. You know, when they're back in studio with those the two soccer guys and then the lady, and then of course when they have Alexei Lawless on there and they just be dogging them. So it's been
very informative too.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying like I don't. You know, even though I cover the teams here, I've never like really watched it on television, but watching it here, but more so watching those two, Terry or Henry and Zatlin or watching those two when they're being, when the host is talking to them, so they're very informative and they're very, very knowledgeable because they're great players. But here's what I like: the fact that those two don't really give you a lot of the BS that we see on most shows here because because they're foreigners, they just get straight to they don't do all the try to make you laugh and try to make jokes and stuff like that. They just get like straight to the point and everything, and that's been really good and informative. And then of course you got Alexei Lawless trying to get in with his stuff where he tries to make points that really ain't trying to be made, and they just essentially just disown them. And again, it's been interesting to see.
Since we got you there, what's your closing thoughts?
Closing thoughts is just continue to be kind, be blessed, and just stay out of trouble.
There you go, Tanisha.
Mine actually is a little bit more. I want to do a tribute to Marshawn Nealon, who played college in Western Michigan and was a standout there and got drafted by America's team, Dallas Cowboys, in the second round, the 5th, 6th pick overall. I know his family recently got a diagnosis of stage 1 CTEs, and I think for them to bring such a private matter to the public, I think they were aiming to raise awareness and spark change. And I just want to applaud them and, rest in peace, Marshawn Nealon, as well as Nolan Wells.
And that was my closing thoughts for Nolan Wells and family. Prayers to them. I pray for comfort for that family and that hopefully they'll figure out what happened. And until next time, as always, please, 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 remember, be kind, be blessed. It's free. And until next time, peace.
Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to Two Gems and a Mic. Be sure to subscribe and follow. Until next time, remember, be kind, be blessed. Peace.